There's no clap sync in this.
No clap?
No, there's no clap. How dare you? Okay. That's mine.
Oh, it's too low.
Well, besides that, welcome everybody to the Mount Media Podcast here on Happy Inc. I'll be your moderator, Eric. Of course, we're doing an extremely timely video.
Yes.
On The Last Jedi.
The movie just came out, right?
The movie just came out. We just saw it, of course, and we're gonna bring you some hot takes.
Hot takes.
Some fresh ideas that no one's ever said. No one's even reviewed this yet.
It's like the movie. Fresh ideas.
And Zach's starting soon. With that on my left, the editor of all things Happy Inc. Zach. How you doing today, Zach?
Pretty darn good.
You sound it.
Yeah.
And sitting across from me, the Lord of the Memes, Steven Believin. How you doing, Steven?
Dying inside.
Is this because of The Last Jedi?
No.
Oh, okay.
Such a good meme, this guy. Such a good meme.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
And the Miko Meek of them all. Miko, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. That's it.
That's it?
All right, wow.
Okay.
It's because he's been eating Tide Pods.
Oh, you're so stupid.
Is that the new meme?
Yeah, that is the
I hate
meme.
it.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. It's awful.
Just shoving Tide Pods in their mouth.
I had a coworker show me a video of a guy like grilling Tide Pods on like on a pan, and I was like, that's good.
Surprised you haven't got any urgent care patients
Yeah.
yet with fucking poisoning just figuring out.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll probably just think they're on meth.
They're so terrible.
But this video, we're gonna be doing a review, or spoiler review, because it's been out for a while. Might as well.
Yeah.
Let's go spoiler review of Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Yes. It's The Last Jedi.
It's The Last Jedi. So I think we should start off.
Wait, is Jedi plural or singular?
It doesn't matter now. It doesn't fucking matter.
What is it? How do you
doesn't
say
matter.
multiple Jedi? The Jedi's?
Jedi with two eyes.
Oh.
Jedi with a Z at the end. Jedi's.
Jedi.
For every Jedi, they have to add an eye to it. So there's 3 Jedi, so there's 3 eyes.
They should just
So
keep
if
with
you
the
go back
rules
to
of
episode 2, there's just
Jedi. I think they should just keep with the rule of 2 there, so there's only have to be 2 eyes.
Funny joke.
Alright, well this was Star Wars: Last Jedi, directed by Rian Johnson. This was his first crack at Star Wars, and it's not going to be his last. He's on for the new trilogy. As of now, I don't know what they're going to do next.
Yeah, later on down the road, who knows?
We'll talk about that later. But, right, do you want to start with the positive or do you want to start with the negative? Or overall?
Let's just go around the circle.
Yeah, let's go around the table.
In a circle and saying what our main, like, if you like it or not.
Okay, good idea, Miko. You go first.
I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. Liked it way. I know I need some flack, but I liked it more than Rogue One.
Ooh.
It was more entertaining for me.
That's a spicy
anyways.
meme.
And they clicked off now.
Yeah, I really don't. I mean, obviously it's not the best Star Wars movie. I could see you kind of see both sides of the reason why people don't like it, why people do like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, I kind of want to go see it again.
Okay, so out of how many flying Carrie Fishers will you give us?
One giant flying kite.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Run away!
Carrie Fisher. One giant Carrie Fisher just flying towards
one
that
Mary
ship.
Poppin Carrie Fisher.
One
Carrie Poppins, I
hyperspeed
like that.
Carrie
Memes are like
Fisher
the
from the
memes that come in
spaceship.
Like Carrie Poppins.
But yeah, no, it was
Carrie
good.
Poppins.
I give it a lot of Carrie Fishers.
Carrie
Carrie
Poppins, you got it.
Fishers. Okay, Steven.
Oh, I saw it
The
yesterday.
freshest eyes
Yeah.
Fresh
of
as
this
eyes.
movie, yeah.
He actually saw it recently.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just...
I liked it too, with Miko. I enjoyed it a lot. I bet there's a few things in there that probably didn't need to be there, but it didn't really matter when I was watching. I was like,
Comparing
without it, but it didn't.
To Force Awakens.
I like this one more because it had Luke in it.
I could argue the last one had Luke in it too.
Yeah, for like 5 seconds.
For 5 seconds.
It's like J.J. Abrams just forgot,
But-
like, oh, I still have Mark Hamill on set. Let's throw him in.
That's true.
First scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many split apart Snokes would you give this?
Wait, so is that double
Yeah,
the rating?
that's
Or is that half a rating?
We don't do math on this podcast, Miko.
How many
This ain't-
splits? No.
This isn't a podcast about
And
cryptocurrency.
he's also giant, too.
I'll take 4 broad Kylo Rens.
How big do you think Snoke's dick was Because he was a giant man.
7'5". He's
he
an
that
old
tall?
man.
I didn't think he was that big.
He towered over Ren.
Freaking Ray, he brought her too close to his face. Like, oh, I see that. It's like his face was like
Way up there.
elongated. Yeah.
Since we're doing audio, Miko just made a gesture with his hands where he started very close to his face and then he elongated them, making him for a giant face. Now we're caught up. Zach, what was your take on this
What,
movie?
my overall take on the movie?
Here we go, people. Buckle your seatbelts.
I thought it was okay.
Okay.
I didn't hate the movie.
He hated it.
I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. I thought, but it was still it's weird like looking at all the reviews from everyone and saying like, oh, this fucking ruined Star Wars.
Yeah, it's either love it or hate it kind of
I didn't
thing.
think it ruined Star Wars. It definitely fucked up a lot of things, but I don't think like it ruined Star Wars. Like I still want to see the next installment, like Episode 9.
Okay,
Like
so,
it
yeah.
didn't ruin it for me, but like there's a couple parts where it kind of does injustice to the Star Wars universe and lore. But overall, like I actually enjoyed watching the movie, not as much as Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to see it again, I'd watch it again.
Okay,
But,
so how many animal rights activist groups would you give this?
I'm gonna go 3 animal rights activists out of
There's no matter.
5 Luke lightsaber throws.
Okay, gotcha. Behind the back.
Right behind the back.
And no one laughed.
Does Luke throw?
I think 2 people
Yeah.
chuckled
He
in that whole scene.
I chuckled.
Yeah.
Hey, there's still a lot of people in that team.
Oh, that's right. He did at the beginning.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, fuck it.
That big build-up moment from the last movie.
Yeah, where they just
So,
kind of
I mean,
really
really
getting
it's like, classic Mark Hamill. There you go.
Yeah, I think at this.
Classic Juka.
With this movie, they're a little bit more lighthearted. They're not taking
Yeah.
things so super serious, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's always,
At certain points,
especially
it's pushed.
But
the originals, the 4, 5, and 6. They were freaking. It was an opera. It was a space opera, if anything.
yeah, but it's still lighthearted though.
But to be fair, they said this was going to be like the darkest out of all of them.
Last Jedi?
Yeah. 'Cause they
Force
said-
Awakens was way dark.
Well,
Yeah.
because they said it was supposed to be like the Empire Strikes Back.
Well, they said it was just going to
Which
be a
it
darker
wasn't.
tone. I mean, the movie's called The Last Jedi. You know.
Yeah. It had Sad Boy Luke in it. That was
Yeah.
PTSD'd Lieutenant Dan kind of a thing.
I don't know. It's darker.
No,
And I don't like it how
Well,
they're trying
that's-
to be like, oh,
well,
it's the
that's what
Empire
they-
Strikes Back.
See, that's the thing though. This movie, like, it was lighter in tone, absolutely, but they advertised it. The way they went about the trailer literally made it seem like shit was gonna go down.
You can't go
And
about
literally-
trailers. That's their whole point is to sell tickets.
Right, but at the same time, you're false advertising your movie of what it's gonna be. Because like,
not really,
you know,
because
you think shit's gonna go down, and literally all the characters end up in the same spot they were at the beginning of the movie.
That's the way you interpret it. I didn't watch. I only watched one trailer, one little trailer. I was like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
Because nowadays a lot of trailers they spoil too much nowadays.
Well, yeah.
Which I'm kind of glad that this trailer kind of took the cover off and fooled you. Be like, oh, it's not dark. It's more like.
See, that's the one thing I kind of regret. Like you only watching one trailer. Like I kind of regret watching like so many different like trailers of it because like they had like
And
what,
theory videos?
4 different cuts of like
Yeah,
a trailer.
I think
Yeah,
so.
then they
Four
have
or
So like
five.
behind-the-scenes.
I watched them and like each one I watched like made me less excited for the movie because I knew more of what it was
Mm-hmm.
gonna be because I don't know from the trailers I wasn't like wowed like I was with Force Awakens trailer, you know.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, I liked it as well.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. What do you think about it, Eric?
That's fine. We can. I really did like it. I think it was more of a thinker, if you could say that, than The Force Awakens. I heard someone talk about, they were like, Force Awakens is very flat out. Here's the plot. Here's everything. Here you go.
Yeah.
All in front of you.
It was a very on the rails story.
These movie series or this whole
These Star Wars pictures.
this gigantic behemoth of a story is like there's always like it always makes everyone think about it. Everyone's always talking and thinking about it. This is the most biggest type of story to really make you actually think about it. Besides, I guess Game of Thrones or some video game, really.
All right. Well, let's get
Well, Eric, how many Star Wars interracial couples do you give this?
No.
I don't know if
How
I
many
give.
consequential interracial stereotypes can we throw this in?
I give this one giant screwing up the main character to save the day for a lame ass kiss.
Out of what?
I've
Out of
given
one
it Ray.
Kanto bite scene?
I'd rather
Out of one
Ray.
Kento bite scene. Out of one Maz Kanata doing Call of Duty impression.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Fuck. All
But yeah,
right.
I liked it. So let's get the negatives and the gripes out of the way.
Okay.
Zach's probably has more than others.
Yeah.
So let's start with Zach.
Just
Yeah, let's start with Zach.
I don't know. It's
I know you had a lot of problems with the Kanto bite scene. I think a lot of people
yeah, no,
did.
it was,
Yeah.
the Kanto bite literally shouldn't have belonged. In the
Yeah,
movie.
it
Like,
definitely
oh.
took you out.
Yeah.
A lot of people just got flashbacks of the prequels.
Yeah.
When they
Well,
thought about that.
it's super. It's the most heavy CGI, scene in the
It is,
whole,
and it's
like,
very on the nose.
It's very on the nose as far as the philosophy or the meaning behind what
Yeah.
they're doing. It's like, oh, we saved the last guardian animals, and now
They could have easily found this guy at a bar.
let's fuck up all the casinos so we have the poor people get to repair all that shit.
Yeah.
But we really got that one.
Yeah, so
We got-
Broom Boy can
really
come and
took
sweep
it to the-
everything up.
Yeah, we really took it to the fucking rich people.
Yeah,
Poor
BB-8
little boy.
got threw up on, so that
I laughed at that. I actually
See?
like BB-8 in this
See?
movie. Like I laughed at every
like,
joke.
So when he got
The
thrown
coin
up
guy?
on, the coin guy. Who's
Yeah.
It's
just
supposed to
drunk
be voiced by Mark Hamill. He was doing the noises for it.
Really?
Apparently, yeah.
Wait, who did it in the last movie? Bill Hader? Was it Bill Hader?
No. The drunken little guy that was putting coins in
Oh,
BB-8. That was
okay.
and
voiced
threw
by.
up on him.
Wasn't Chewbacca voiced by someone else now?
No, same guy, but the guy behind the suit
Was
when he's
different.
moving around.
Oh,
He's some
okay. Yeah.
7 foot Scandinavian guy. I think he was like a basketball player. I forgot his name. It probably says in here. But so I know you had problems with that.
I think.
I think you had problems also with the Snoke storyline.
Yeah, I
Which is
honestly
still-
say my biggest gripe with the Force, or not the Force Awakens, the Last Jedi, is the Snoke scene. Like I feel like if they would have given him a little bit of backstory, like it would have gone a long way. I still think they could have easily pulled off Darth Plagueis as his background.
Well, obviously it's still not done.
Yeah, that's also another thing. I mean, hopefully JJ can come in and save the day.
See, I didn't mind the Snoke thing. I kind of liked it. Very being like a far off to the left field thing because
Yeah.
what we could talk about all is everybody. I've been seeing so many videos of people saying Star Wars is dead, and I think
I don't
it's,
believe that at all. I don't.
which I don't believe, but I think so
This
many
movie didn't ruin Star
so
Wars.
many people were speculating things, and they had their hearts set on what they thought this movie was going to be. But Rian Johnson's like, we're going to.
Did they not remember Metachlorians?
Yeah, we're gonna do.
Did they not remember
yeah,
that?
but
Yeah.
we're gonna do our own movie, and so they're like, oh, Snoke has to be this guy, he has to be this old Sith Lord, he has to be, which he could still. I don't know.
Now
he
they
still
can make their
could
own
have
movie then, I guess.
See, but
Yeah.
if you're telling a
But
narrative
their own
like that,
Snoke movie.
Yeah, go ahead, make your own.
if you're
Snoke.
telling a 3-part narrative for a trilogy movie, you have to have at least some kind of notion of where you're gonna go with it. If JJ ends up retconning like half of Rian Johnson's movie,
That'd be pretty hard. Was
If
this
he-
Snoke
if
gonna
he
come
does-
walk back in like I'm fine?
no, if he with getting into my next kind of gripe of the movie is Rey's parents. Like he could easily
A lot of
retcon
people.
that and say Kylo was lying, and that her
Okay, well
parents-
yeah, that's an easy one. Kyle was just
'Cause-
trying to get to her.
Yeah,
To
it's-
switch over.
It's just one of those things where like I feel like Rian Johnson was like trying a little bit too hard to be Game of Thrones and like
Okay.
subvert everyone's expectations. That's the word of the day when it comes to any Star Wars review of Last Jedi is subversion. Everyone says subversion.
Can I get a definition?
It's taking your expectation or like what you think is gonna happen and just
Yeah,
reversing.
well, I think that's what a lot happens. So that's why I like the Snoke thing. He was just like, oh, he's dead.
I mean, you can't build up a big baddie like that and have him be such an integral part of like not only Kylo Ren's storyline but the
Yeah.
whole like First Order's like comeuppance. Like, how the fuck did they even like? How did he rise to power? You don't even know.
Yeah, that's true. But I think
But,
that's the
like-
mystery behind it. But I think a main theme of this movie was the old ways are done, and they're bringing in this new generation.
Yeah.
So-
Except the new generation kind of sucks.
It's more-
Oh, okay. Well, that
In my
that's
opinion.
true, not-
In my
not your
opinion.
Okay, so we heard Zach complain. Do you have any complaints, Steven?
No, I can
Or
see how the
gripes.
casino. I can
Gripes.
see. Well, I kept waiting to see where Carrie Fisher or Princess Leia was gonna get killed off, but apparently that doesn't happen.
Yeah, when she got
At
sucked out with
I
Rest
was
in
like-
Peace, Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, it's alright.
Poor,
Yeah.
It was a trap indeed. God bless you.
Those his last words.
That was another. Why'd they kill off Akbar that way?
I know, it was very
They
quick.
literally could have had him.
That's
take,
why it was darker.
Yeah, that's what I was talking. Honestly, it took me like 2 more scenes to be like, wait, Akbar died. Because you're so focused on Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher being sucked out.
And it's like, oh, she's gone now. So she,
He could have easily taken
Yeah.
Holdo's place when he drove the ship into the Star Destroyer.
That could have been, but that's why they
He
needed.
could have yelled, "It's a trap!"
It's a
and then
trap.
just fucking blasted the whole ship apart.
It was a trap for you.
It's a trap for you.
Is it trap for real?
But yeah, so yeah, when I
Giant anime girl. The trap.
when I saw when she got sucked out, I was thinking like, oh, so that's how they're doing
I was
it.
like, ooh,
She's
alright.
gonna be in space, floating on forever.
Which I was kind of okay with.
yeah, but
Yeah.
then
like that.
as she did her little Mary Poppins scene.
Carrie
Yeah.
Poppins. That's
Carrie
it.
Poppins, yeah.
And I turned to Zach and I'm just like, I'm not questioning it. We're moving on.
Yeah, and then, yeah, I was like, alright.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can
Well-
see the CO scene didn't need to be there, though.
Miko
No, no,
Awakens. The Miko Awakens.
Okay, what's some gripes from Miko here?
Not a lot of gripes. I mean, same with Zach. The whole Kanto scene, the whole gambling, everything. It's very.
I think that was the tentacle thing from from Force Awakens. That,
The unneeded CGI.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just always one unneeded scene that was like.
I mean, it was cool looking. It was nice. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed those type of.
Didn't
That-
feel Star Wars at all though.
For me, it kind of did because my whole thing about Star Wars is always all the planets, all these other
Yeah.
planets, all these cool looking planets. This,
Yeah.
The city in the skies and all the other stuff. Fucking the Jedi Temple, all the other things. It's just that was always cool. So like the whole CGI looked good for me, anyways. I mean, but it's still pointless.
Yeah.
Just to set up the whole orphan thing,
Yeah.
really, and I guess the hacker. But even though they don't really say how that hacker was in jail, or if that wasn't even the hacker they were even supposed to meet,
Yeah.
because the guy with the brooch had it, maybe
It felt very
like kind of thrown.
convenient.
That's
Well, I mean that's how the Force is. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah, I guess you.
That's why I feel like his character's not finished yet.
Yeah,
He's coming back.
yeah. That's why he's still probably he's snuck.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
the new
but
Snoke. He's gonna have
the
a list.
whole.
Yeah,
I'm there with Steven. Like and I don't mean this in a bad way, but throughout the whole movie, I kept on waiting for them to tie in Carrie Fisher's death
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the movie. I'm like, all right, here's her send off. All of a sudden, she's freaking force pulling herself.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to one of my friends. He was saying that they had to tie that whole force pull in the space scenes because technically in the books she trained with Luke at the Jedi Temple. It's just since she's a diplomat, she has no use for the force, so
Well,
she doesn't.
That also comes. I mean, it's a very big scene because you could call back to the older films where the Jedi's were talking about, or who it was Yoda saying that Leia was the actual chosen one, that she should be the Jedi, but they're like, no, we're gonna train Luke. So I mean, we know now she has the Force, like. She's probably gonna die off the next movie, but she has
Oh,
the
yeah.
Force. Like,
She's
Somehow
probably
they're
gonna do it
She's
like
gonna
a
die
self.
off screen now.
yeah.
I feel like she's gonna do it like a self-sacrifice
No,
type of
they'll
thing,
probably take other scenes from.
and
That's
imagine-
what
Like
Or
deleted
though,
scenes
that's-
from
or
Last Jedi
a
or something.
CGI Carrie Fisher.
They already said
That's-
they're not gonna
Oh, okay.
do
Well,
that. Though.
Yeah.
Or they already
It's
did.
Gonna, it's gonna
We're not gonna do that. It's like more.
Before she died, yes.
We
Like
did.
we're not gonna use her now. We already did.
Yeah.
I have to say, my biggest gripes was the Canto Bight scene. It's more of a nitpick of me personally. I would have loved just to see Mark Hamill go absolutely crazy and just kick some ass.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of
we
people
were
would.
we were all waiting for that.
Which I understand why they didn't do it. I mean, we could get into that later. But, yeah, there's this in the Finn and Rose was kind of okay, kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's a few gripes. The tone was fine. I mean, like I like the movie, but
I thought the tone was all over the place.
I just
personally.
I wanted to
And it jumped
see
a lot.
more.
Yeah.
No,
Personally,
from an older person, because I went and saw my grandparents.
Oh,
He was sitting there, my grandpa was sitting there, he's like, man, this thing is just jumping all over. I was like, yeah.
I have to say, I really like the whole
Also, he thinks Ray's hot.
yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
the whole spaceship doing warp speed through all the other Empire fleet. That one
Oh yeah, where it goes dead
that
silent.
that is always the coolest thing in movies is when there's a
Yeah.
And also you go,
Yeah, it's like, oh. Remember, me and Cam, one of our friends, me and him were just like losing our shit. Like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it was cool, and everyone got silent, and there was like a guy 2 rows behind us that was like, oh. Like, he was just, remember, what the hell?
He's having a good time.
He was having a great time, which I always appreciate.
Unlike Zach was having a bad time.
Cloudy. So okay, let's get more positive. What did we like about this movie? What was some of the characters we liked, character storylines, I mean, and scenes that we liked? Let's go back to Zach.
I still think the best part of this new trilogy is Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
he's literally the best character out of this new
yeah.
lineup.
I really liked him. He
has a really good arc this movie. I don't know how he his story arc is able to be preserved throughout this movie when other arcs kind of fall off the bridge a little bit.
Yeah.
But his is one where he's very conflicted, and you see that in him.
Mm-hmm.
And his interactions with Rey are some of the best parts of the movie.
I
the whole throne room scene, outside of actually Snoke, dying and stuff. I mean, if they went about that a different way, it'd be literally a perfect scene.
Yeah.
The throne room fight.
Yeah, that was my favorite
with
part of the movie.
with Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah.
Rey versus all the Praetorian guards. That's one of the best fight scenes in all Star Wars.
So yeah, we talked about really liking the Force walkie-talkie scenes where they were talking to each other. Yeah, and they were that's the thing, because they're projecting themselves, but his hand was wet because but why didn't Luke feel more pain when he got stabbed by a lightsaber if he was doing the same thing?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I liked it. It created more chance for dialogue between the two of them because they were so far apart.
I think it was like a wormhole kind of thing. That's why.
How many hot dogs could fit in a wormhole?
Yeah. I mean, they could have done it too through that wormhole.
Well, because Snoke was making it happen pretty much, right? Joining their minds together.
Yeah, he kind of dropped that. I mean, that throne room scene was absolutely awesome. We never saw any lightsabers touch, but they were definitely chopping some heads off.
You did in the flashback scene where Kylo deflects Luke's lightsaber.
Which they never really did flashback scenes in Star Wars until recently, but I didn't mind it because there's so much story to tell on the backstories.
Yeah. That's why I don't think this movie killed Star Wars, because there's so much more stories to tell.
No, there's not. And everybody's blaming Rian Johnson, but he was hired to do a job. He did that job.
It might have been Kathleen Kennedy's fault. At the end of the day.
I just think Rian Johnson went into a continuing storyline and he tried to make things fresh, which I understand. But I think with this new trilogy he's going to do, he has a chance to do it all of his own. So he could just do it instead of trying to also piece what other people did and do his style, but also allow other people to do it, because he had to leave things open. So, but not too bad. Miko, what'd you like?
Well,
what did you like about the movie?
Well, like Zach, the throne room was a cool scene. I really liked the Emperor's guards.
Yeah.
They kind of fleshed out their characters a little more than just guard. Because they're supposed to be guarding the
the
main
highest,
leader. The highest,
the most trained.
So when you see Kylo Ren and Rey fighting them, you see their lightsabers bouncing off their armor and everything. That was cool for me, but I still kind of had that little plot hole where, all right, now take their armor, become stronger.
Become strong, yeah.
But no, that was a cool scene. I really liked that. I really liked that.
And the talk between them at the end about him trying to convince her to come over.
I mean that stuff was all right. That stuff was pretty cool. I thought that was kind of lame. It's kind of nagging.
Yeah.
From both their endpoints, just shut up your own damn thing. Go away.
Yeah.
Go away. Another cool scene was when Rey went down the hole. No, because when I was when I was looking up stuff like
in theory, it was a cool scene about what it was trying to represent.
I feel like that's this whole movie's motto is, in theory, it's cool.
I think that was
the way he was representing is because there's always
stop.
The infinity mirror.
And then she goes like this, it's her parents.
Yeah.
She was her mom and dad. That's what my little sister said.
No,
she already believed
she was made by the midichlorians.
I swear if they did that.
Skywalker
that whole scene was representing, meaning the reason why she never went to the dark side is because the dark side couldn't help her figure out about her parents. That's why she left. That's why she didn't get enticed by the dark side or anything else, because there's nothing to offer for her. She doesn't want power. She doesn't want anything else.
She just wants answers.
That's why she's the balance, because the balance is mainly just keeping both sides kind of just intact and also looking for answers.
Which, yeah, I liked when she was kind of having the Force visions and she was flashing around the
So,
island and she went into the hole.
Like how that cave is representing that, I was seeing more of that hole because of the Knights of the Old Republic. They depicted Sith temples. They would be around the child that was supposed to be the Jedi or something like that, doing meditation and everything else like that. That little circle, that's kind of what it's meant. Like that's where someone used to be at before it fell into a big old hole. That's what I think, anyways. But I thought that was cool.
That's what I really want to see with Rian Johnson's new movies. Is I hope they go back in time to the Old Republic. But you keep on seeing like all these legends of all these Jedis and all these Siths and all these temples. I'm like, I want to see them be used. Like, oh, it's a really cool temple. Yeah. Hey, look, a little farm boy. Like, I want to see like where the Jedi was at this prime, the Sith, the Civil War they had. That's what I want to see.
I think that's what I think that's why Star Wars fans are upset, because that's what they also want to see too, besides playing it in a video game.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if the prequels are actually like really, really good movies, like that's what the ultimate Star Wars fan would want.
Is Zach saying let's reboot the prequels?
Do it.
Hey,
do it.
No.
Do it.
Get George on the phone right now. Kathleen, I'm taking over again. I'm buying fucking Lucas.
Who was it that sent the meme that's saying that Samuel Jackson, what's his name, was Snook? Who said that?
But Steven,
Kylo, you motherfucker.
What did you like about The Last Jedi?
I like the little side characters, the temple keepers.
I like the little nuns.
How pissed off they get at Rey. Little side characters, they're nice. I also actually liked the ending with how Luke faced Ren.
Yeah.
He's like, you strike me down with anger and I'll always be with you. I was like,
it
comes out me with anger, and then, because he just went, it's like, fire every gun at him.
Dirt off his shoulder.
It's like, oh.
Reminds me of my dad.
he had a nice scene with Leia too.
Yeah, he did.
Which I think a lot of people want to see.
You see his face just, throughout the whole painting, just dies.
So how did you like PTSD Luke? Do you think this was a good representation of him? I mean, it's understandable.
Great actors, so.
Yeah, it's understandable that's where his character would be.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are thinking, like, that's not a Jedi would do. It's like, well...
this is Luke.
No, I mean, like, Obi-Wan lived in a desert by himself, went by name. Yoda, what did I say, Yoda? Yoda lived in a swamp by himself because he didn't see that the Emperor was who he was.
Yeah.
They all fucked up and they all,
So I liked how Yoda came back.
I really love that.
They destroyed us. Yeah. That's why when that happened, I was like, funny joke. When he just blew up the temple.
Luke was just done being the whole Jedi and everything, so he just wanted to be like, I'm done.
But he did at the end, he, instead of just like wiping out this little section of these troops, he made like a legacy of him and the Jedi, which that's what that end credit thing with the little broom boy, because they were telling the legend of Luke Skywalker and how he faced.
It's almost like the one thing at the end of 6, where did they add that in? I forgot which one it was. If it was extended. Mm-hmm. Oh, when they put Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah. Which he was supposed to be in this fucking movie.
Yeah. So how he has that. So that means that my Ren.
Also, Tom Hardy's supposed to be in this movie. But
I was pissed about both of that, but cuts have to be made.
I guess.
I also
wouldn't invite him on set if you're just gonna go.
I know it's pretty. It's kind of like the original Darth Vader. They didn't tell him that they were not using his voice.
Yeah, he was still in the movie technically.
Yeah, but I like the callbacks to the original. I am such a sucker for those, and I think that's a reason I liked Rogue One a lot too.
Yeah.
Not say the whole reason I liked Rogue One, but when they had Princess Leia, their original recording.
Oh yeah.
I love that. I love
R2. Nothing will convince me.
Wink, wink.
Nothing will convince me.
Or when he came back.
Low blow, R2. Piece of shit.
Or when he came back to the Falcon and turned the lights on, and especially when he died, when he vanished. He Obi-Wan'd it when you saw the two suns.
I really like that scene.
So it's a full circle from the beginning, which that was. I think I almost teared up a little on that one. Yeah.
It looked like you just seen someone between the two suns, wasn't it? Or was that just me? Was
Oh
it?
yeah, you said you saw a face or something.
No, I saw a figure just like
Oh.
kind of just walking like Jesus.
I am God.
It was Alec Guinness's face.
Oh, that's another thing. I think me and Cam kind of our friend told me about that when she says God speed, God be with you.
Yeah.
That kind of was very.
It was very like
It's like,
off.
wait, what? I was like, that doesn't.
Yeah.
It's a force speed.
Yeah, I was like,
Force
what?
speed.
There's no Christianity in this world.
It's like
There's no hope.
Is that her dying fact? It's just to spite Jedi. It's like there is no force. It's only God.
Jesus, cripper.
Jesus, Cripper.
So we had oh god, well I was thinking about something else.
She should have done that too, right when she jumped the lights. We should be like,
Her character was okay.
It was.
I
I kind
never
of got
really-
pissed off at her a little bit, and I was like, "Oh,
What you're
I
supposed
feel like
to.
an asshole."
Yeah.
Now, so she actually knew.
But that should have been a good send off for Carrie Fisher though. Her
She
little
should have won.
No,
More
it should have been a good
speed.
send off for Akbar. Damn
Yeah.
it.
that too. Well, how about both?
Which
Yeah.
I was
Secret lovers. Secret lovers.
It's like you guys don't have to be on the same ship. Like you can,
No.
one of us you can stay behind.
One final happiness.
I was kind of thrown off by kind of the storyline is because in a lot of Star Wars in movies we're very just like, okay, we have to do this, they get the mission done, yay. This one is basically we need to run away, we're running away, we ran away.
We didn't do anything important.
Yeah, but so that's I
We
feel
ran
like,
away though.
but they were kind of like not clean slate, it was a messy slate for the rebellion, which I hope is just this giant build up for the last movie about them coming back. I think they're gonna do a thing where it's gonna be
Oh,
like
where
10
the
years
other
down the
people.
line.
Well, yeah. Well, I meant like where the.
That'd be kind of interesting if they went that approach. I mean, JJ's already written the script for episode 9, right?
Yeah,
He's already sent it into Disney.
I'm not sure, but I would like if they did it because that would be maybe Rey could train more Jedis, or
Yeah.
they could,
It'd be interesting to see that because like
because it's gonna take a long time. It's like 15 people. That's
How
the
many
rebellion.
years?
It's
No,
like
but they have
15
the other
people.
ones still.
If
But
they
remember-
come.
Exactly.
Yeah.
how many years in between like the original trilogy is it? Like say for instance like between Empire and Return,
Maybe like
a couple of years.
maybe a year. I think so.
Yeah.
It's nothing that nuts.
Yeah.
But
That'd be interesting.
anything else you guys really liked or wanted to talk about? Any other characters or scenes?
Oh yeah, no. What's his name? Lando.
Ooh.
Nice to see you there, bud. Where were you at? Where was that memorial service for Han Solo?
Yeah, that was the one thing a lot of people were talking about, which didn't happen. One of the many things people were talking about didn't happen.
9 maybe.
Which kind of makes sense why they
It's a late funeral.
they didn't do this because they were kind of run.
But it was also just like Luke was like, "What happened to Han?" Cut.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
True. And
Just kinda
that
looked
bomber
at it.
scene. How do bombs drop in space?
Yeah, I saw that.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I really liked it. It was very on the nose of
How
World
do
War II.
they drop?
They have what someone said. They have little propellers on each one of
Magnets.
them to
It's
pull
just
them out.
magnets.
Yeah, magnets. There you go.
Magnets in space. That's it.
Lightsabers
Magnets.
don't make sense, Miko.
Or
Scientifically.
pew-pews.
But yeah, I think
Guns.
Steven could agree with me. It was very.
Yeah.
At one point,
I was like, oh, here he goes. Bombers are noise like.
Yeah, at one point they're literally like escorting the bombers. Like, I'm like thinking
The red flag.
which I really liked it, and I think is one of Zach's favorite characters of the
Yeah.
whole movie was the girl who sacrificed herself.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
They
She
got
also-
the
no,
wrong
No,
sister.
I liked. Yeah, honestly, I liked Paige. Her name was Paige.
Paige?
right? Yeah, I know this.
You don't-
I bet you Googled it. Who was the hot
I
blonde
liked-
girl that died?
I don't know.
That made me sad.
I like Paige more than Rose,
Yeah.
and I only saw 5 minutes of Paige, and she did more heroic stuff than Rose did.
Rose
She
just,
prevented Finn from sacrificing himself.
and then a
for the
week
greater
later,
good.
I thought she died. I was like, oh, cool. Like that did nothing. But I'm like, oh, she's still alive. I
Why
guess.
did you do that? I was gonna ram it.
I-
You
but I-
did it. You should have
What
done
did
it.
you do?
I did like the what was that planet called? The salty planet.
Great.
Crate.
Yeah.
I did like the where
Salt crate.
He's like salt. Like we get it. It's not hot.
Yeah, but can you just look at the red rock? It's like
Yeah,
It was a
Wow.
callback to Empire, and I again I'm a sucker.
I could see that becoming a meme.
I liked it.
Solid.
Yeah.
Just like the ancient, the
ancient
sacred
text.
yeah,
Or
the
the
sacred text.
Well, the thing with the sacred text is apparently Rey took them.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah, she
undermines
still had
that
'em.
entire scene.
Well, that's why Yoda.
No, it's for-
Yoga. Why do I keep on saying Yoga?
Yoga, yeah.
Yoda. That's why he was like called from the heavens and just.
It was Luke's character development thing. Saying it's like, oh, you need to realize that she already knows everything. There's nothing for you to teach. That's what Force Awakens means because she's technically the super powerful Jedi.
Luke, you did a shitty job. I just gave her the text.
I wanted to see more Force Ghosts. I was.
Oh no, she took the text.
Yeah, no. That's
I
what
wanted-
A lot more Force
Yoda didn't
Ghosts.
give
It'll
her-
be Luke now.
In number, I want the lineup on Episode 9. I want Yoda. I want Ben. I want Hayden Christensen. I want Kenobi and
Boba Fett.
I want them to have
Qui-Gon
like
Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn. I want to have like the group meeting of Force Ghosts. Like I don't know why I want that so bad.
I'm
but
telling
I
you,
do.
it's gonna be Harry Potter, where they're gonna help Rey lift
Yes.
a giant ship out of the sky.
Yes, that's what I want. You don't understand. I don't know why I wanted
Photo
this so
Super
bad.
Saiyan.
I will pay $12 just for a movie all the Force Ghosts talking to each other. I don't know why I want that so much. There was a scene.
So it's like political, so it's just 2 hours
Yeah.
of dialogue.
It'll be like 12 Angry Men.
Alright.
But there was. I'm sorry.
But- no,
You go-
I was going-
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna
No,
say,
you go ahead.
overall,
No, you go ahead.
we had a good time.
We had a good time.
We had some goofs, we had some gaps,
I mean,
we had
yeah.
some sadness.
Overall, I think you know, it's. I think after 2 years, it was kind of hard to like watch it and be like, all right, 2 more years.
Yeah.
So which one's next?
What do you, which one?
So
The solo movie this year.
Yeah.
Solo?
Yeah.
Which I'm not kind of looking forward to, except for Childish.
Yeah.
But that's about
Yeah.
it.
Donald Glover to be. Yeah.
And watching him not be in it that long, he's only in it for a good
Hey,
like half an hour.
I'm telling you, when he's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I'll just get up from my seat and walk out of the movie
Well, you
theater.
could do 9, he'd be like, hey, it's Lando. I'm having a funeral for Solo, but
Hey,
I
glad
know
you guys
it's
can
been a
make
while,
it.
but-
What's been going on?
we shot him into space, you know.
Oh, that's where the Force Ghost will come at the funeral.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag more Force Ghosts.
Watch them just
Yeah.
cancel the Han Solo movie and make it into a CBS TV show.
Oh god.
Like Young
right there with
Sheldon.
the arrow.
Yeah,
like
in
Young
between
Sheldon.
Oh
Big
my
Bang
God.
and Young Sheldon. It goes Big Bang, Han Solo
Yeah.
series, Young
Young
Sheldon.
But I think that's where Star Wars could really win a lot of people back. I
cover
guess.
the time
I mean,
slots. Yeah.
if you're really done with Star Wars just because of this movie, I don't think you're a real heavy Star Wars
Ooh,
fan.
you hear that?
Yeah.
And Eric's a tall dude. He's 7 feet.
Tread that water lightly.
Yeah, but I think that these individual movies where they don't have to go along the path of this Skywalker legacy and storyline.
It would be nice to have
I wanna
a
see-
single writer write these movies though, instead of
Okay.
Multiple.
multiple
Yes,
people.
but I'm
Give it back to
saying
George Lucas.
No, you know what? It would be not. It would be
No.
nice if this trilogy had a plan.
okay. Yeah,
I don't think they have
But
a
that's
plan
not what I'm
at all.
talking about.
They
I'm
don't
talking
have a
like
plan.
the Rogue One and the Solo movie.
Yeah.
And I want to see an Obi-Wan movie
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
And I
They
think
finally
that's where
they figured out. Like Kathleen Kennedy finally listened to the fans and like, oh, I guess I'll do a Obi-Wan movie since.
Oh, I think
everyone
that's
else
what
was.
it'll win a lot of people back.
More
are these,
Jedi.
Yeah.
More Jedi.
More Jedi. And I think if they do an Old Republic series, I think
Bring
'cause
back Samuel.
the action in this
Yes.
movie was really good.
Yeah.
So if they did, Sith on Jedi scene, I think it'd be awesome if Rian Johnson could actually
All they need to do
direct
is
a
have
movie.
Music was good also.
The music was good? I forgot about the music.
Because
It was good.
It was good? Okay.
The way I see this, like the 3 trilogies, is like, all right, the original trilogies were good because George Lucas was mainly overseeing everything, and then he had really good writers cleaning up his little messes.
But technically only directed the first one.
But he's still overseeing all the other
Okay,
ones. so-
true. But
But
J.J.
when
Abrams
he
was
ordained-
producer.
He had
everything.
like writers and directors like kind of cleaning up his
Yeah.
tightening up the script
That's true.
a little bit.
Okay.
With the prequels, he was just free reign, and all those little messes were kind of
Yeah.
more abundant. With this one, it's
More
neither George Lucas or really talented writers, so it's kind
But
of like
it's-
it doesn't really feel that much like Star
Yeah,
Wars.
it was very written and directed by Rian Johnson. This was his 100%. I'm sure there was more other writers,
We
but
need to hurry because John Williams.
Oh,
Poor
John
guys.
Williams will live forever.
He needs to.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actually be good if you get a different. If
yeah.
you get
Now I'm
a different person to do.
As long as he makes it to Obi-Wan movie.
There you go.
Broom Kid.
Broom Kid 1.
Broom Kid. God damn it.
That's what I'm hoping that represents, is because he had the Force.
Yeah, because you don't like this with the.
Yeah, and
didn't
he grabbed the room, so I'm hoping
A
that
Star Wars
means
story.
That was
the
quick,
revolution
though.
of
Like,
more
you had to
Jedi.
see it, yeah, pay attention.
I want episode 9 just to
I
be
hear
called
like mine.
Yeah.
more Jedi and Force Ghosts. Star Wars episode 9.
Yoda surprised him. He's like clean. Younger one.
Yeah. But so even that scene was further down the line of the timeline, because this legend of Luke Skywalker, what he did on Crate, got out. So the only people who saw it was the Empire, and then like the 15 people that are now the Resistance.
Yeah.
So-
I never really, like, I had a problem with Force Awakens, like, it's like, oh, the Jedi are legends. It's only been like about 30 years since they were wiped out, but they're legends.
Yeah,
They're like mythic legends. What?
And that's what I don't really
Is
like.
it 30 or is it like 50?
30 years ago, we had fucking Michael Jackson, at the top of his prime. He's not like a mythic legend. I mean, he's damn good.
I think
He was damn good, but like...
I don't really like this theme movies have been doing, like The Last Jedi. And what was that movie about it was a book about the shooters that sucked. The High Tower, no, the Dark Tower. Dark Tower. It's like, oh, we were like this group of sharpshooters and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They're all dead. It's just me now. I don't want to see that. I want to see you all guys.
That's
Like,
one gripe that me and you share is like,
Yeah.
it's almost post-apocalyptic.
it's like, yeah,
Star
there
Wars
was this cool race of all these guys who did this cool shit. Where they're all dead except this one really old guy. It's like,
This guy's senile
boo.
now. He doesn't only
To be
remember.
fair, I mean that's how the original trilogy was, but I mean that's
They
not, that's
they
no
did that,
excuse,
and I think that's probably why I'll watch the prequels, is because there's a lot of Jedi.
yeah.
And tell me you wouldn't like a scene where there's just like dudes walking in with hoods and then lightsaber.
I just want in the next movie Kylo Ren to fight all the Knights of Ren to Duel of Fates music. That's all I
Oh.
want. That's all I want.
We can't sing too much of that. We get copyrighted.
Just sing it in a deeper pitch. Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry. We won't really go that much into what we want to see in the next movie. That's probably a different video. So everybody's last takes. Any last words?
I'm gonna go see it again
I'll probably be with Nico.
during matinees where it's like $2.
Here you go.
Same.
It's a date.
So, myself, we're gonna fire stick it.
Yeah,
Well, I don't believe in pirates.
Well, I wonder if that's already up.
it is.
Is it? Is it in good quality?
No.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Okay, well, while everybody else goes has fun, I'll just watch it by myself.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one. Bye.
He's waving.
He's waving at a candle.